Hello, everybody. This is Frogman, and welcome back to Levitated. I have since done a little bit of base moving after last episode, since we got a kind of somewhat decent main base started around, and have gone ahead and just kind of, like I said, put a few things up, got a few things sorted. The idea is going to be we're going to have a general wing in each direction. It's going to have some kind of a process for it. So this side is likely going to be Britannia and crop related items. Our machines more or less will be over here. Generally, manual machines are going to exist over here. Possibly automated machines as we get into things are going to exist over here. I have not made up my mind yet what's going to happen over here, other than we may end up doing our that stuff right there. The deep mob learning may end up exist on this one side over here, existing. Set up a couple of very small farms, just a couple of little things. Yes, I know I can run these with the bonsai pots. It's just this is a lot faster, and if I really feel like making it a lot faster, I can for certain just go ahead and put like a clock or something on the bottom of it so that it can actually work a lot faster. But we're doing good for right now. I have reset up our coke ovens for the endo flames, and we're currently making, I think it's kind of slow for whatever reason, but it's definitely functioning the way that I need it to. I changed the setup on this because we now have the ability to change the setup. And can I scroll to something I can stack? Thank you very much. And the way that we change the setup is right there where that treated wood plank is, where that arrow is. Notice I have a redstone conduit coming out of that area down over to here. And what I'm doing basically is I'm using the input from the pressure plate above there to tell this connection that it is only allowed to be active with a signal when the signal is red. So that thing basically, we got rid of the silly little flashy lights and things like that. The only real problem with that is when you turn that on, and I think it's probably something that I can set up in here to change with a filter to, turn the speed down quite a ways so that it would only pick up one item. It currently places 4 pieces of charcoal every time it fires, which is actually perfectly fine. I'm happy with that, and I'm okay with that. So one little bit of leftover stuff that we don't need to be worried about. Are you about done? You've been working at this for a while. Oh, you screwed up once. I love the load in, load out on these kinds of systems. They tend to break, but I did go ahead and move the pure daisy system up here, and I did go ahead and use a little bit of the redstone conduit to make sure that thing was functional. I guess we can come over here and look at the next little fun thing that we're doing. I did go ahead and build 6 more capacitors, so we now have a reasonably decent amount of storage as far as RF is concerned. And I'm finally getting into using something that I wanted to use for quite a long time. I usually don't get to use XNet. I love XNet for logistics and redstone and power movement. It's a lot of fun. Basically all we're doing right now with the rednet system, rednet, come on, XNet's pretty close to rednet actually, but it's XNet. Went ahead and crafted a controllers. Of course, we were not able to make anything to do with a controller until we managed to pick up something that was so simple as a piece of nether quartz. Controllers are, other than that, very simple, and they use a small amount of RF to do the basic networking process that is this whole system. So what we're doing is we have a single network going on right now where I have a couple, I should say there's 5 connectors total with the whole entire system. The connectors upstairs are attached to the bottom of those dynamos, and those dynamos are set to extract on a priority of 10. I believe they should all be on priority 10. If not, they need to be on priority 10. Doesn't really matter. I'm just making sure that they're pulling out of all of those evenly on the power in channel name. So we're extracting from the dynamos, we're inserting into the capacitor behind it. And the big problem to note is that you need to make sure that whatever interface face that you have the connector connected to is set to input, or else it will not work. So that's all it's doing. These are pretty much going to be infinite transfer in cable form for the most part. There are ways, there are actually better connectors to be able to actually make this work if we get into XNet. Connectors are fairly cheap. I mean, they're just a little bit of redstone, gold, and some lapis, and of course some wood. And the cables are reasonably cheap as well. You know, for 4 string, you get 16 network cables. That's ridiculously cheap as far as I'm concerned on this whole thing. So we're going to be doing a lot with XNet. I'm kind of excited because I haven't really gotten to use XNet in a really long time. So we can kind of take up a look at this. We're probably going to at least use considerable amounts of XNet for just general overall moving of power aside from like certain machines. We can do the similar process like I have right here with the item conduits and the power conduits. Every one of these would require a connector to be able to interface with it. And once you stick a connector on the end of this, it'll be able to pull. I should say, you can put things into the block, pull things out of the block, and give it power all with one single connector. So it is a kind of a fun little logistics thing. You can do redstone with it. You can do all kinds of really neat things with XNet. It's one of those really, like, what I would consider an early game automation system that you can use to do various things. And each one of these controllers has a capability of 8 different channels. So we can do logics, we can do items, we can do fluids, we can do energies. We're not going to worry about creating a new one right now because that's the one we're just going to specifically use for power. And I can have as many connectors on that network as I want to. So it's pretty cool. So we're going to do a little bit of difference in between a few things. We're going to have access to various other automation systems eventually. I'm just like I said, I'm more of a huge fan of that type of system than I am the where is it? This stuff. And we're going to end up needing some of this eventually, so it won't really matter. So I'm not really worried about it. We're going to have to automate some of this eventually because of the fact that some of that is going to be required to get us some of the other cool stuff. The other thing about XNet is it has a wireless management system as well as other types of things. So you can interface between 2 separate networks with routers. You can do redstone proxies, you can do redstone update blocks, you can do all kinds of things. So it's a really very simple, easy mod to use, and I love it. And it's always, anytime I get a chance to use XNet, I tend to use it for quite a while. It will get a little laggy after a while, just if your networks get big, gigantic, but that's just something to keep in mind as far as things go. So base is kind of just slowly coming together. We've got, like I said, Britannia is going to be over here. I'm going to have to introduce a block swapper for this little pool so that we can swap these back and forth. Right now, I'm not really worried about it because there's a piece of glowstone underneath of it, and I don't feel like breaking the glowstone. We have started to work on the general workshop. What I'm going to call is workshop for right now. This is going to be storage and crafting, and I do not need that. I don't know how I grabbed it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think for right now, we're good to go. We're going to be working on that structure eventually. I just wanted to make sure it was fleshed out to the height that I wanted it so I could start doing things like that with it. There is a high probability that we will at least have 3 floors to this base eventually. We're going to have quite a few things we're going to have to auto craft. There's going to be quite a few things that we're going to have to build and all that wonderful kind of fun stuff. So let's get into what I think we're going to need to do for today now that I have BS'd a little bit. Last episode, we got clear into the end, or I should say into the nether using the glitched portals, and we're now required in order to be able to complete this chapter is to make a piece of netherrack. And when I say make, we're actually going to make it. We're going to use RF to make it. There is again, the scanner module scanner thing. Scanner is a mod that allows you to build terrain or rebuild terrain using RF. And it's kind of a thing. I forget what it was. It was Sky Factory 3. I kind of had a lot of fun with this. Once I got to the point where I could actually make one, it was quite a bit of an interesting deal. In order to make one of those, we're going to have to craft a scanner casing, we're going to have to craft an empty map and a building gadget, and we have to place that inside an assembler. And all of these parts are going to be all of these kinds of things. So the unfortunate thing is we have to craft a few of these to make this happen. This problem is something that I am not looking forward to because I am a really crappy, quick speed crafter kind of person. It's just I'm not good at it. I know I'm not good at it. I know we won't be able to, I'll probably die at least once doing these because we need 2 of these. We need one for the scanner and we need one for the assembler. That thing right here. So, yeah, awesome. I think actually, hang on a minute. Yeah, the scanner is the other thing. And then we have to run it through the assembler to be able to do a few things. So we have to do the divide by diamond 8 times in order to make these. I'm going to try. I'm not going to guarantee I'm going to be able to get it to work the first time, but we're going to try. I usually don't do well when I have to sit here and do things in front of people, but we're going to do something. There is a cheater trick way of making some of this stuff work. So let's get, well, not cheater trick way, it's a kind of a smart way. And if I can remember to do it correctly, we should be okay. Can I make a crafting table out of this, or does it have to be that what I think it does? Come out of there. Come on, just a normal everyday crafting table. We're going to put this over here like that. We're going to put all of that away except for, I think, give me another stack of this. I'm going to try to craft the first one, which is going to be, we're going to make the assembler first, or the assembler one first. We need, I hope I have enough diamonds. I need a bunch of sticks, and I need a bunch of iron. And I need 2 of those machine casings. Where are they? Machine casings. I thought I had 2 of them. Okay. Now, how I want to do this is I want to think about how we have to be able to put this stuff down. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this entire inventory slot full of stuff. I'm going to get it just completely full of stuff so that there's no place other than where we need to go put anything in here. Now, I'm going to be able to use this and this and this to do the thing. And it's not going to let me do it until I click the process into the system. But what I want to do is, this is going to be the central block. And if we look at the crafting recipe, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this, come on, over there. And then the diamonds are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically what we're going to need right off the bat, now that we have that found, I'm going to take these 2 out of here and put this down and this down. And I should be able to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then put all of that away. Now I only need 1, 2, 3, 4 of that. So we'll put that down, and what we're going to end up with is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and an open space. What I'm going to do is we're going to use the function of the number capabilities and points. So if you guys don't know, you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 across the thing. So I just messed everything up. That's perfectly fine. But if you can manage to type correctly, when you do this kind of stuff, you should be able to cheese it somewhat, so long as you have things in your bar set up correctly. So we're going to use this slot right here. Those are going to be the parts we're going to need to be able to do this. And the dumb thing is, as far as I understand it, I have to shift click that in order to get it to work. What's going to happen is when I craft this, these are going to craft and then all drop down into these open spaces down here. Notice the open spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we're lucky, I'll get it to work the first try. Bang. And then 1, 2, 3, nope. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, nope, 7, 7, 8, and we died. Oh crap, my base is over here. Whoops. I always die at least once. Always die at least once. And I wasted all the good stuff for that. Okay. Anyhow. One, 2, 3, 4. That's the only problem is you got to reset it up. I don't need you. You can go away. And I don't need that many. Got it. Fortunately, we have to do that again. Okay, let's make the machine that goes with that little thing. Sometimes you just have to sit there and stare at it and realize how you do things. This guy is going to make for us an assembler. An assembler requires a bunch of this stuff that we should already have. So let's look at this little thing. You want a clay board, which is pottery clay. All right, we got a bunch of stuff we got to craft. Let's get to the next step. We get this built. Where are we? What are we doing? We need to make an assembler. Assembler. Let's mark that in our. Come on. Back up. Let's mark that in our system so we know it's here. And I need to be able to craft all of that stuff. So we should have enough stuff to be able to make the basic capacitors. Copper wire, we probably don't have any copper wire sitting around at all. Okay, so I get to show you guys how this thing works. Let's make a block of copper. And we put the block of copper on that thing and flick the switch. Now we have a copper plate. And I need to... Where are my shears? There they are. 4 copper plates into 4 copper wires, which I think we needed at least that many. So let's go ahead. Assembler to there to a PCB board. We need a few of those. Clay, man, that's a bunch of junk. Where is all of my clay? I have 1 piece. Are you kidding me? That's all we have is 1 piece of clay? Okay, well, I should have. We still need to reorganize some of this stuff, but let's go ahead and make some clay with our little clayconia. Okay. And I believe we need some of that stuff. So let's do this. And the assembler requires a ceramic PCB element, which is clay pottery, which is this 1, 2. And that, whoop, nope. This, that is a clay board. And 2 basic capacitors, which I should be able to do relatively simply. Just make like 5 of them because I think we're going to need 5 of them. So there we go there we go there. That's the first step. That needs to get cooked. Go ahead and get cooked. Thank you. Next, we need to do this whole system, which is going to be 2 more of those. So let's grab another block of copper and do that again. And I'm going to go ahead and just chop those up. Cool. You're done. Hey, give me that, please. All right, so that should mean that I do have everything I need to be able to craft that thing, because I made a whole bunch of dark steel ingots quite a while ago. There is our assembler. Yay. Avengers. I don't get it, but okay. So we're going to put you right there. Okay, neat. Now, the other thing that it asks for in the little line, which I've already pre-crafted, is solder or solder, however you want to say it. Solder's not that hard to make. It's just a bucket of solder powder, which solder powder is a mortar and pestle recipe of lead dust and tin dust, which again we can get from grinding up various things. You then do all of this. Basically what happens is you make a bucket of this stuff. You take this and where is it? To create a bucket of solder, simply right click on fire with a bucket of solder powder. That means that the fire has to be there and right click on the fire. Don't right click on the ground. It won't work. I tried several times. So, okay. We should have the ability now to take this. Where is all of my tools? Tools are in that chest because I put them over here because I'm a dingy. Come here, you. Let's go put you on top of this machine. And you output. Cool. All right. So now we need to make the next parts. The next part is I need to, you don't need to be in my inventory. You can go away for the minute. Let's do a building gadget, I believe is something like that, which I have all of my diamonds over here. Make a building gadget. Yes. Building gadget. We need one of those. We need a map, which is going to be one of these. Thank you. Cool. And I'm going to go ahead and put both of those in here so we don't lose them. I think that's how that's going to work. And then we have to build the frame structure thing that goes with the rest of the scanner. So scanner. Let's see. That is going to be all of that stuff again, plus a machine block. How is that different than the other thing we just did? Oh, the copper wires are in different places. Okay, that was weird. Okay, we needed those two. We need to make another one of these little bitty that thing. So I need some more of that. Did I already put all that away? Come on. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Let's mark that one too. So A, U. Too many little pieces. 1, 2. Done. Chasing my tail. Once again, we need some more copper. Get that cut up into pieces. All right, can I make this now? Am I getting close enough to make it now? Please. Should have made this one already. I need to make 2 more stinking. There, you can do that. We need 2 more of these, which means we need some more gold. And I have enough copper wire. Yeah, okay. We just need to make 1 more of these things again. Where is that? You're good? Okay, cool. So let's put this in there. And this. And this. And all of this. Once again, I need those. Let's see. I need... And then let's get prepped again. 5. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Block. That thing. Alrighty, let's see if we can do this 1 more time. That's all in line. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gimme. Thank you. Done. All right, so with all that, now we should be able to craft the scanner casing. There's the scanner casing. We can put all of this wonderful junk away. We can pick up this entire chest if we so feel like now, because that should be the last 2 of those we need to craft. And we only wasted 4 diamonds. Go. Okay, very, 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 very cool. That's going to be a thing. And then this machine is one we're going to have to spend a bit of time eventually doing a bunch of other things for. So this is going to be one of those for those of you that are not playing this pack along with us, this machine is going to have quite a few recipes that we're going to be utilizing. This is where we're going to get our electric circuit boards and advanced electric circuits and some of the printed circuit boards and some transistors and various things like that. It's a big part of the game. So this is going to be something we're going to play a lot with to get things to work. So eventually, what's really, really holding us back, I should say, with trying to progress in this pack is we need to go to the nether. We need to go to the nether. We need to get a piece of netherrack. We need to smelt said netherrack into a bunch of things and get ready to start making a monstrosity of a farm, or at least a nether-based farm. So awesome. Terrain scanner. Wonderful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Let's go do the fun thing then. The fun thing is going to be we need to I'm going to try, let's see, where is my other building gadget? Let's think about this before we get too stupid. I need some building gadgets, and we're going to have to do a little bit of fancy silliness with this because I want to have a hole to the top of the nether so that we can get around and do things on the top of the nether, because I don't want to be fighting with how this is going to work, because we spawned out at let's see, I need to go grab some other things. We're going to, there was a reason why I made so many of these too. We need to grab a few of them. Let's see, where are my, there, okay. I want to borrow you, and I'll borrow you, so we have plenty of power to play with. Okay, cool. Let's go to the nether. Guys, you really should leave. The biggest problem is right now we're on Y level 70 and I need to be up above to something. So I need to go ahead and I should have brought some ladders up, and we gotta go up. What did you do? You're supposed to go up. Hey, up. Let's get some wood. Let's make some ladders, because we need to get up as high as we possibly can, and I want to be able to make sure that things are going to function. So let's craft a bunch of junk. That's going to really be a pain in the butt. What did I do with all those sticks? I had a ton. Did I use them up already? Can't have. I did. Wow, okay. Well, we'll do that, because I want to build everything on top of the nether. So let's see. Ladder. Give me a couple stacks. That'll work. Nothing else, we'll throw them away. Because what it's going to do is it's going to try to fill in the area we're sitting in right now. I don't know whether I can break these and move them up. I don't know if I can do any kind of silliness with that kind of thing as far as actual scanner stuff is concerned. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to mark the area that we're in with a hole through the nether before we get there. So I'm going to have to build all this and hopefully not get too terribly screwed up and stuck. But I'm going to build a channel out of endstone from here all the way up to the top so I can find where I need to go. And unfortunately, that probably might mean something's going to spawn down here. But anyhow, I'm going to get to building this, and when we get up to where we need to be is like 200 and something. I forget where the roof is. We're going to probably go to about 200 and then see where we're at that point. So I will be back with you guys in a little bit. Okay, so we made her up to the top. Let's drop a torch down. That way we can at least see what we're doing and start to have a bit of fun. The nether roof is 127. I forgot all about that height. That's kind of one of those deals that we're going to do. I do want to at least be able to mine some of the nether. There are going to be things we need desperately from what we're going to get out of it. So train scanner is pretty simple. I think the only thing I really kind of want to do is maybe possibly bridge out to a corner of a chunk, just because I don't want that in my way. I should be able to get, what's the closest one? That one, maybe? Which way are we facing? That's north. Let's go north and east. Just that way I know where we're at. Put one of those down so I don't have problems with piggies and anything else spawning on me. We're going to go that way. And okay. I'm going to place that down, and it should build underneath of it. So basically, all I got to do is set this thing in a corner, and as long as I progress in the same corner, it will build the chunks corresponding to the area. Now, it may try to build behind me. It may try to build that way. We don't know. We're going to put it in the southwest corner of those 4x4 chunks, and we're going to give it some power. And we're going to say, do a couple. I'm going to set it on as many blocks as it can possibly do per tick, which is going to hurt it quite a bit, and turn it on. And it's going to build this one. Okay. Oh, hey, lava lake right off the bat. Cool. And some nether quartz and some other things. And there we are with a platform that nothing can spawn on, and we have a way up and down. So that means it's going to build that direction. Oh, hey, we need those. Gimme, 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 gimme. Awesome, cool. All right. No, give me that. Now, like I say, the reason why I wanted to do that is because eventually what we're going to do, that didn't use a whole lot of power, did it? Now, the really big problem with the scanner mod, at least early on, is that it's going to do goofy stuff like this. So it built the chunk based on the corner we placed it in. So we placed it in this corner, and it built the entire chunk, except it built it over one block this direction. So what I can do then is, instead of putting it right there, we put it right, come on, here, right there, and do the exact same thing again. Turn it on. Let it build. There's a pretty big cave down there. I'll have to remember that. Oh, crap. You know what's going on? They're charging it. Don't do that. Neat, right? Pretty cool. And that's how you do it. Now, there are other parts of this mod. So the scanner functionality also has a scanner queue as well as a biome scanner, or I should say scanner casing. I think it's this one is another one of those deals that we're going to have to make. It's going to require end steel. It's going to require a few things. The scanner queue thing requires one of these and one of those. Scanner queue will allow you to place this block pretty much anywhere and just queue up areas to play with. So we're going to go ahead and break that down. And this one is online with the chunk. So this is the chunk border. This is the direction we can go. I would like actually to probably try to do this chunk. So we figure we need to go over there. So I need to go put it over in that corner. And then we're going to go ahead and get us some nether rack. And then we can end the episode. And I can have lots and lots of fun in the nether mining for various things. So there's lots and lots and lots of course, minerals, things, whatnot, stuff like that we're going to need. So We're going to get them from the nether. We're now able to actually legit get, you're going to build it over here, aren't you? Why did you do that? Was the direction I placed it? Oh no, I needed to go over there. Dingy. Well, we'll build this one anyway. Cool. And you go over there, and then I need to go over there. Come on. Don't fall down. There we go. All right. And you just do that. Do it again, and that should fill in the chunk underneath of us. Is that going to be right over that lava lake? Oh, that's awesome. Cool. It's going to be right over that lava lake. And done. All right, neat. All right, I'm going to grab you, and you and me can come over here, and we're going to go down here now that we have this whole little thing kind of built. And the reason why I did this is because now I have a hole through the netherrack, or through the the top, that if I need to do something, I can. But this is what we need to open the next chapter, which is going to be the Soulless Dimension, where we have all kinds of more fun stuff to do. So I am going to spend a little bit of time digging things out around here and making some of this very usable to me. There's lots and lots of stuff we can do with all of this. I have access to various things now, including blazes, which I kind of was wondering how I was supposed to get blazes, because if I'm going to have to sit there and rebuild the nether until I find a nether fortress, that's not the case. So nether, a brick, thank God. It says it has a nice little tooltip that spawns blazes well placed in the nether. So we're going to make us a couple of farms. We're going to do a few things. We're going to have some fun stuff. And for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back down here and I'm going to go ahead and charge my stuff back up and get ready to start having lots and lots and lots of fun in the end. So I guess it is a dark, deep tunnel. Let's get to the bottom of it. Open the door. There's the portal. You can see why I did what I did, because we would have ended up with no way of being able to get back into this area. But because of where that portal spawned, naturally, it ended up in a cave. So that's cool. I'm going to build the rest of these around us, probably just to get us some place to be able to mine. We got some piggy wiggies that we can start playing with, which means we can start getting some of those other good little things from deep mob learning. But that's awesome. All right, guys. That's fun. Cool. I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hi, Piggy. I want that stuff right there you're standing next to.